Hey, this is Todd Lewis, and this is Charles Lewis, and welcome to this. All right, I'm just kidding. Obviously, this is just Todd Lewis. My father, Charles, is not able to be on this recording today. He is on a much needed vacation, and we'll be getting back into the studio here in the next couple of days. But hey, I wanted to be sure to still come to you with a brand new Lewisized kick in the pants photography money making video. Nothing's going to stop us. If we can't both be here, one of us is going to be here for you for sure. So in each of these short videos, we want to give you some motivational exercises, things to keep you motivated and energized, and a marketing fast tip, something you can take action on right away in your photography business to start improving your marketing, and some other tidbits as well. So I'm going to jump right into this video, and we'll get going right now with the first section, which is a motivating quote of the week. Each week we want to come to you with a special quote from somebody that particularly motivates us. And this one is a particularly motivating quote for me, coming from the great W. Clement Stone, who said, quote, "To solve a problem or to reach a goal, you don't need to know all the answers in advance, but you must have a clear idea of the problem or the goal you want to reach." Oh, there's so much jammed in that little quote. I mean, first of all, W. Clement Stone is, one of the most influential authors of self-help and motivational books who's ever lived. In fact, he teamed up with Napoleon Hill to write Success Through a Positive Mental Attitude, one of my personal favorites and one of my father's personal favorite books on staying motivated and so forth. So this guy knows what he's talking about. And to me, this quote speaks to the lack of a true, clear, and detailed goal. Most people can't tell you what they really want, and therefore they're doomed to not reach greatness. See, it's not about knowing what exactly how you're going to get there. You must first have a destination in mind, and then you can find the roadmap that will help you get there. So, don't worry about having all the answers in advance. You're never going to have all the answers. But you do have to have a clear idea of what it is you're going after. What's the target you want to hit? What's the destination you want to end up at? Otherwise, you're just going to be wandering around aimlessly, never knowing what to go for. So, great quote from W. Clement Stone. Keep that in the forefront of your mind as you go throughout this week and continue toward your goals and success in photography. Our next section here is our motivational exercise of the week. Motivation takes exercise. It takes constant effort, but the rewards that will come from that effort are so far beyond any time that it will take you to do these exercises. It's just, I can't even stress to you how important this is. So each week we want to give you a motivational exercise to keep you working toward your goals. And this one, it seems so basic, but sometimes we got to remind ourselves of the basics. Set your schedule for the day and stick to it. Now, it's time for something that, again, seems so basic, but I challenge you to look at the way you schedule your day and how you follow that schedule. Are you really doing it? Now, as a photographer, you have a calendar. You got a schedule for clients when they're going to come in for their photographic sessions and the presentation of the images and all those things. And you probably stick to that very, very well because that's your bread and butter, right? Well, you need to do that with every aspect of your life in your photography business. Not just when you're working with clients, but also setting up your marketing time and all these different things that need to be completed in your photography business. You need to keep as strict a schedule and stick to it just as you would with your client book. Success never happens by accident, and we never meander our way to success. It takes planning, scheduling, and a strong sense of discipline to get there. So make it a habit every day of taking time first thing in the morning to plan out your day very carefully. But that's not enough. Then you need to make sure that you stick to this schedule and don't let anything divert you away from it. Yes, I understand that things will come up. And they may feel like things that have to be dealt with right that second. But when you really look at them and you use the proper discipline, you'll see that you can almost always add that to your list for tomorrow or even a few days down the line or a week down the line so that you can stay on what you have set for the day. Again, it's a discipline that will only happen through time. And ask yourself right now, are you really doing this? Do you have a clear plan, hour by hour, of what you're going to do each and every day? And are you sticking to that religiously? Such an important point. All right, well, let's move on to our next section, our fast action marketing tip of the week. Each week we want to give you something you can do very quickly, add to the marketing that you're already doing, or tweak some of the marketing that you're already doing to get very quick results and more clients in your door. This week, I want you to make a list of at least 10, or preferably 15, unique factors. Now, what is it that sets you apart from the other photographers in your area, besides your photography? All right? These things are your unique factors. Yes, your photographs are unique to you. No other person on the planet would create a photograph exactly the same way you would. So yes, those are unique. And obviously, the better photographer you are, the more of a unique factor that's going to be. But that's not enough. You have to have at least 10, preferably 15 other unique factors that also give people a reason to want to work with you rather than another photographer in your area. So build that list of 10 different reasons why people choose you to be their photographer, and then be sure to use these things, these unique factors, in all of your marketing to get people to hire you. So when you're creating this list of unique factors, kind of think outside the box a bit. The first 5 or so will probably be easy, but then it might get a little bit harder. Force yourself to come up with 10 or 15 of them, because those last 5 or so that you may come up with are going to be really, really unique. Things that you didn't even think of right off the bat, but will be of great benefit to your clients. Now, let me just give you a few examples, okay? And these are ones that apply to our photography business. Some of them may not apply to yours, although I would encourage you to utilize all of these unique factors. The first one here, of course, is your guarantee. You have got to have a guarantee, and that is a unique factor because not all photographers offer a 100% you will be thrilled guarantee. And so that right there is our number one unique factor, and it's the one we talk about the most. Number 2, location photography at no extra charge. A lot of photographers will charge you extra if you want to go on location, or if you want to, do location photography as well as in the camera room, in the studio. We don't charge extra for that. And that is a unique factor, absolutely. Number 3 is the number of years that you've been in business. Now, I can make an argument for both. That's, marketing is salesmanship in print. And I can usually make an argument on both sides of things sometimes as a salesperson, because there are good things and bad things about just about everything. But, the more years you've been in business, that's a great thing, because obviously you have more and more experience with lighting and posing and making people feel natural in front of the camera. And if you haven't been in business quite as long, you could kind of argue that you're not locked in the old ways of doing things, and you have a very up-to-date style. I still, think that it's better if you've been in photography for a longer period of time. I think that's a little bit more of a benefit to the clients. We have, obviously, so that's our unique factor there. Number 4, the time you spend with each client, both before and during the session itself. These are major unique factors because they will drastically affect the way that they look on camera, because they'll be more and more comfortable with you, and you'll be able to get those more natural expressions and so forth. Number 5, the fact that you do a pre-portrait consultation, if you do, which you should, okay? A chance to meet with the client before the actual session on a day, that's different than the actual session, so that you can talk with them about your policies in your studio. You can talk about how you, about clothing selection. You can analyze their face, get a really great idea of how you're going to approach the session on the day of the session. Number 6 unique factor is no extra charge for clothing changes. Okay, we don't nitpick. If they want to do clothing changes, we're not going to charge them per clothing change. And that's a major unique factor for a lot of studios. We do fewer sessions than most photographers in the area. That's another great one. The less sessions that you do, the more time you can invest in each one. And we do that by choice. We do fewer sessions by choice because we charge a little bit more. And the reason that's a good thing for you as our client is that we're going to be able to devote the time to do it really great, a great job for you. Something that goes well beyond what, somebody that's having to churn people through every 30 or 60 minutes. Let's see here. And then, of course, our specialty is in creating blank. For us, Our specialty is family photography. So whenever I'm talking with a client about family photography, I pull this unique factor out because it's absolutely true. Our specialty is in creating fine family portraiture as wall decor for your home. And the reason that's a benefit to you as the client is that because that's our specialty, that's what we've devoted the majority of our time to, and we know how to do this better than anybody in the area. Now, those are just a few. Those are 8 unique factors right there. Feel free to use any of those that apply to you as well. But be sure, as you noticed, I was doing this as I was going through most of these. Be sure to always translate these unique factors into benefits for the client. I was always talking about how does this benefit you as the client. That's the key, and do that in your marketing. Do it on the telephone when you're talking with them on the telephone. Do it in your emails when they ask you how much do you charge, etc., etc. Our next section is the goals and planning section. Here's a time for you to take a look at your goals and your progress and plan your upcoming week. There are 3 steps to this. I want you to do all 3 of these steps. Read your goals aloud, review your progress, and make notes on how you did last week, and then plan out an overview of what you want to get accomplished this week. So pause the video here while you do this, and I'll be waiting for you when you get back. Time for our final thoughts for the week. I hope you have gotten a lot out of this video here so far, and I encourage you to send us a message and let us know how you feel about these videos. Anything you'd like to see added, sections you'd like to see more of, things that are working for you and are not working for you, things you're interested in. Any comments that you have about these videos, please feel free to send them to us. But there will always be challenges, obstacles that get in the way of what you want. No matter how successful you become, you will always have to navigate these things. Success has to be earned, and it will sometimes put up a bit of a fight, but that's just success's way of making sure that you want it badly enough. Now remember, success is within the reach of anyone if you want it badly enough. If you really want it, you'll do whatever it takes to get it, and you can do it. It's about dedication, devotion, discipline, the 3 Ds. I love those. This is a 3D video for you right there. Make sure that you just go after your goals with a vigor and with a passion and in a way that says, I'm not going to let anything derail me here. And you truly can achieve the photography business of your dreams and anything else you want out of your life. I'll talk to you again on next week's video. Have a great week, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.